Welcome to Transforming Your Life. Welcome, guys, to Transforming Your Life. So this is going to be funny because a lot of people don't believe me when I say that they can change their life. But today I'll show you. Wait. Let me close my bedroom because, it's the bedroom. I think I don't have a level of privacy with my viewers that is necessary. But the thing is, I feel like I'm a human being, like every activity that other people do, I do. So it's just about being relatable. People can relate with you when you're more human. I didn't realize how short my stand is. Like this stand is kind of small. And that kind of sucks because I want us to do this. I want us to do this. So, this is what people are not telling you. This is something that you want to do. Everything you want to have, all your dreams, these are your dreams right here. Everything you ever wish. The truth is, it exists. It exists in this realm here we call all possibilities. It exists in this realm we call of all possibilities. It exists. Everything that you ever want to exists in this place we call everything exists in the realm of all possibility. If you're listening to somebody like Dr. Joe Dispenza, he's telling you that this is the void, the void. Imagine it like a big black hole where everything exists. Everything that you want already is here in the realm of all possibilities. Now, what we do to make it come to the reality, we focus on it. We focus on it. I tell people not to focus on shallow things. Focus on the things that actually bring you happiness, like a wonderful family that loves you and cares for you. Something like love. Because you can't stay in the planet and not have love, right? It cannot be possible. The one life that you've got, you want to experience love. So this love exists in this field of all possibility. It's right here in the field of all possibility. So if you want to get something from the realm of all possibility, we focus on it. If you watched somebody like Dr. Dan Siegel, he says where attention goes, energy flows, and where energy flows, neural connections grow. Neural connections grow. So think about yourself. These are your eyes, right? What do eyes do? They have light. They absorb light energy. Light is energy. So you're an energy metabolite. You actually like eat up energy or metabolize energy. When you get like something like light energy bounce into your eyes, and you're able to see this video, what does that mean? It means that you're using light energy and then that light energy as a form of wave is being transformed into your brain in form of a wave, and then it's going from one neuron to another neuron, like this little thing that you learned here in biology, right? From one neuron to another, and then you're storing information that you see from the information of light energy. Hi, Ashas. Hi, Frank Aguilar. And rods and cones. Hello, Frank Aguilar from Newport Beach. You're in Newport Beach, the same as me. Welcome. So today we are going to talk about like getting what you want from the field of all possibility. So Frank, what do you want to get from the field of all possibilities? If we told you like, hey Frank, whatever you want, you can get it. You know? So maybe you want love, maybe you want money, maybe you want to go back into good health. Whatever it is that you want, it exists in this field of all possibility. There is this field of all possibility, whether you call it the void, the universe, God, it already exists. And the only reason that it's not in your reality is because you haven't called it and summoned it into reality. And I'm going to show you how you do it. So from now on, you get everything. So we're talking about your eyes here. Your eyes, they use energy. They use light energy to see. The same with your skin, right? Your skin has the sense of touch. So you can know whether it's cold, it's warm, it's hot. You know that your body can feel different temperatures. But you're not thinking that your whole nervous system has to get that information from the environment and transfer it to your brain. And it does that through neurons, things that we call neurons. So your body is using things we call neurons. Is using neurons, right? And they look something like this. They are weird, right? And they transfer information from one neuron to the other, right? In this area here, we call it a synapse, right? So you're just energy. You're just somebody who is energy. Like you're like an energy vampire. You're using energy all the time, moving it from one neuron to the other and creating the life that you want. So when you're studying something, like let's say you're reading a book, right? You're using light energy to get that information into your brain and learning something through energy alone. You're using light energy to learn. When you're feeling cold, your body is getting the energy from the environment, whether it's hot or cold. It's using with neurons and taking it to the brain. So these things, they just play a lot of things. So they end up creating a reality for you. Whatever, like, you know, even when you listen to music, music is just sound waves. Sound waves moving from one neuron to the other to another, creating rhythm. And how is that moving? They are just moving from one neuron to the other to the other. So eventually you create these strong guys. When you create these strong guys, they have a mind, you know, they create a mind of its own. They create what we call the mind. And the mind is like a software. The mind is like a software. So these guys create the mind. So now everything that you've been absorbing around the environment becomes your mind, right? They become your mind. And so we are creating the mind, but we are not aware that we are doing it. You know, Vic Palms saying that. So Vic Palms, I exist somewhere in the realm of possibility. You know, there's a possibility that you can get me or another girl. You know, there is that possibility in the realm of all things existing. So how do you get me then? You know, you focus, right? On what you want and how to get it. So once you build enough these neurons in that reality in your mind, Vince, where I am yours, right? And it becomes very real. It becomes very real in your mind. You have created that reality in your mind. It exists in your mind. You're more powerful than you think you are. You're way, way more powerful than you ever know. Once you realize that, once you create neurons like this, you can create a new reality. You can create a new reality. But does it exist in your mind? What matters is if this reality is strong in your mind. If you can make it real in your mind, you visualize it, and then you keep remembering and remembering it and playing over that is it exists in reality, you know, your mind will find a way to make sure that the reality that you believe is true is the same as the reality that you want. So I like to focus on on things that are beneficial in my life, right? Like let's say we all need money, right? At this point, we need money. So think about oh, you want that reality where you live in abundance financially. You can exist in that reality. It exists here in the field of all possibilities. That reality exists. If you focus on it, you will be able to build a financial life that has abundance. You know, what people do is instead of focusing on the abundance, they focus on the lack. They focus on the lack. And guess what? If you focus on the lack, the mind creates lack. The mind will create lack, you know? So you must create the abundance that is needed in your mind. So how do we create abundance? How do we create this abundant mindset where the brain thinks you're abundant and it attracts more abundance? The one thing that creates abundance, in the mindset that creates abundance, is called gratitude. Gratitude. Because, okay, you cannot be grateful and then live in lack at the same time. That reality cannot go together because they are polar opposites, right? So if you say, I am grateful for my new job, I am grateful for my wonderful new wife, I am grateful for my beautiful child, already we have removed any form of lack, right? So if it's money, right? I am grateful that money comes into my life consistently. It's inconsistent overflow. I'm never in need of money. I am rich. Remember when the Bible says, let the poor say that they are rich? It's the mindset. The Bible wants you to feel rich in your mindset. And he says, let the weak say that I am strong. The Bible wants you to create this strong mindset, create neural connections for abundance, because you cannot exist in those two realities where you have a rich, abundant mindset and then your life is not abundant. You're more powerful than you think. You're way, way more powerful than you think. Once you realize that, all you have to do is to change the reality here. You change the reality here. You can be cold and then imagine that it is warm. It's sunny, it's warm, and you'd even start sweating because you activate the neural connections for heat and warmth. That's how powerful the mind is. Very, very powerful. A lot of people, when they wake up in the morning and they kind of feel cold, they go get a cold shower. And for some reason, it activates the body to start feeling warm. You know, Jawik says you don't understand. Jawik, tell me what you want in your life. What reality that you want that's not happening in your life? Tell me what reality that is, and I'll show you how you can get it from the realm of all possibilities. From the realm of all possibilities, and you get it into your new reality. Because you're powerful. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. You're way more powerful than you ever thought you were. And once you realize your power, nothing ever will stop you. Nothing ever will stop you. Your brain right now, it's like your brain right now, Jawix, you want to learn English. You want to learn English. And you are limitless, let me tell you, limitless in your ability to learn English. You're limitless in your ability to learn English. I mean, your brain can learn anything. I saw this woman, she was in her 90s, right? And she went for a marathon. A lot of 90-year-olds, they are falling down, they are breaking bones, they are weak, they cannot walk. This woman is running marathon because she realizes the secret that I'm telling you. She realizes the secret that I'm telling you. Like a lot of 90-year-olds, they cannot walk, they're going home, they're breaking bones, they can't realize why is this woman running a marathon? Why is she running a marathon? You know? Jawix, are you Andrew? Hi Raghu. And then, yeah, I think Jawix, you're Andrew. Your name is Andrew. Anyway, this woman right here, she has developed stronger neurons in her reality, neurons for walking, compared to other 90-year-olds. Hi, Vic Plums. That is the secret. Yeah, Frank, you're getting it. That is the secret. Why is this woman having more neural connections for walking? Remember, when we get older, our bones, because gravity has been acting on our bones, a lot of people start losing their motor neurons. They stop walking. They believe that they are old. They first believe that they are old, and then they start acting old. They start acting old. Oh, I cannot do this. I'm too old. Yeah. They believe that they are old, and then they start acting old. And then they are not able to walk. But this 90-year-old, she says, like, I am youthful and timeless forever. She believes that she is youthful and timeless forever. And she continues to walk and do marathons in her 90s because she understands the power of the mind. It's all in here. My Instagram is Monica Kanini 1. So Frank Aguilar, you're saying God created the universe and the universe has a way of working. Yeah, we have to learn how the universe works and how we manifest what we need. You have to know how the mind works. You have to know how your mind works. Your mind works through building neural connections. Everything you know, like everything that I know from motor neurons that help me move my hands, help me move my mouth, help me with my language, everything that you learn is in what we call neurons. Is in neurons. A lot of people with trauma, I tell them, all you have to do is to tell yourself a different story about your trauma and it's gone. Because you're distorting the language that you have here. The story you tell yourself is so powerful. Jawix, from now on, your name is Andrew. You tell yourself that you are perfect in English, that your English is fluent. Your English is fluent, right? And there is no way that when you believe that your English is fluent, there is no way that reality does exist. There is a possibility, Jawix, that you are very fluent in English. That possibility exists in the realm of all possibilities. Now, you have to claim it. You have to claim it. You have to say, I am fluent in English. I get English. I can conversate in English. I'm fluent. And because you are, that reality is done. You focused on, instead of focusing on I'm not fluent in English, you focus on I am fluent in English. Anybody can understand me. I can write books. I can conversate. You create that reality in your mind because it's here in the reality of possibilities. You just focus on that. Very simple. Just name. You must name it to claim it. Very simple. My phone is ringing. 1 second. Yeah, it exists in this realm of possibility where everything exists. All we have to do is do this one thing, right? All you have to do is focus. This is the biggest thing. Right? Focus is the biggest thing because we know where attention goes, what happens? Energy. energy flows. And where energy flows, we call them neural connections grow. Where attention goes, energy flows, and neural connections flow. It's very simple. So if you want to become fluent in English, you say, I am fluent in English. Anybody in the world can understand me. You know, that is where you've put your attention. You're there. I am wealthy and abundant, and I am thankful for everything that God has given me and provided for me. The universe is abundant. Just look at everything that is abundant. The houses, the homes, the trees, the birds, everything is abundant. You are abundant just like everybody else and everything else that's abundant. You stay there in abundance. You stay there in abundance and never ever think there's another option for you, because abundance is your only option and is your only possibility, because you want all your energy to focus on abundance. You're rich with friends. You're rich in terms of money. You're abundant in terms of health. You know, you're abundant in terms of friends. You can go to trips. You can go to, you know, any kind of environment that you want. Whether you want to take a boat and go into the ocean, you can do that. Whether you want to call a friend and say, I want to just take the next plane to India or the Bahamas, you can do that. You live in total abundance. That's the possibility that you're in. Because that's the possibility that you focus on. And what you focus on is what will grow. What you focus on in your life is what grows. It's that simple. You'd never ever focus on the things that you don't want. We focus on abundance. We focus on wealth. We focus on health. We focus on beautiful friendships. You know, everything. And it's all the story that we tell our minds. You know, right now you're doing so well in life. You're doing so well in life. You know, you're in perfect good health. You're youthful and timeless at any age. You work out, you wake up happy every morning. You know, you're grateful for the life, because everything that you have is a gift. Everything you have is a gift. We focus on that abundant mindset because that's the possibility that we live in. We live in happiness, complete happiness. That possibility where we focus our energy is what grows. Life will start showing you beautiful things every morning you wake up, because you believe that every morning is a gift. From the sunrise, everything is a gift for you. Everything. So we have this ability. You're more powerful than you ever think you are. Once you get this, this is what everybody like Tony Robbins is talking about. Once you get this, you don't even need Tony Robbins to tell you anything. Once you get that, what you focus on is what grows. What you focus on is what grows. I know a lot of people who want to become very good piano players, but they don't put their energy and time and focus on learning the piano, right? And then they don't get like what happens. So this is your brain right here. This is your brain. Your brain is the most important thing in the universe. No jokes. This part here is the most advanced part of the brain. We call it the prefrontal cortex. When you live here, and a lot of people saying that the third eye, right? But when you live here in this prefrontal cortex, this is the most advanced part of your brain. What stops this part of the brain from working? You know, a lot of people who are kind of like mystical or, you know, they talk about like activating the third eye, but I'm just going to tell you, according to science, this is just the most advanced part of the brain, this prefrontal cortex. What shuts this down, what makes this not to work for you, I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you the secrets today. What stops this part of the brain from not working for you? It's something very simple. Stress. Stress. And people don't realize what stress is. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's stress, it's stress." Okay, let me first put a pause on here and see what you guys are saying on the comments. Every time I wake up, it's a gift from God, because some people did not wake up this morning. Exactly. From the very moment you wake up, you're abundant. Even if it's cold, you're lucky to be feeling the cold. You're lucky to be feeling the cold. There's somebody who can't feel anything, So we welcome the cold because it shows that we are alive and we are abundant. We're still here. We welcome everything. Yes, I love that. Do you know what the God's room is? That's in the center of the brain that travels down the center of the spine of the cerebral cortex. Be too blessed to be stressed. I love it. I love that. Be too stressed to be stressed. So this is stress. Stress is being in survival mode. Survival mode. Stress is just survival mode. It's a negative mindset and the opposite of stress is abundance. Is abundance. Gratitude. Stress comes because you're not grateful. You're not grateful. And everything is about how you train the brain, right? Some people don't see failure. Sometimes people just see lessons, So somebody who is seeing failure is somebody who is living in survival mode. But somebody who is in the process of abundance, what do they see? They see teacher. They see, oh, that teacher taught me something. They see a lesson. They see growth. They don't see failure, and they never see mistakes. Like those things don't exist to them. Stress. A lot of people say they're stressed. They're lacking wisdom. Because stress does not exist. Stress. Why not be cool? Welcome back to changing the mindset, right? Remember, this channel is called Post-Traumatic Bliss. We call it Post-Traumatic Bliss because a lot of people, they focus too much on post-traumatic stress, blah, blah, blah. They're too stressed, stress. But what they don't see is growth. They don't see the other side of the coin where there is growth, there is thriving, and there is bliss. They fail to see these things because they don't want to see the reality. They don't want to see the reality of the possibility of living in total abundance. Right? They don't want to focus on total abundance. Why? Why not be cool? Welcome back. Today we are talking about getting everything that you want. Everything you want. And there's only one simple trick. We call it focus. You focus. Do not let stress distract you from the focus. The reality that you live right now is not even real. Because reality only exists in your mind, right? It only exists. This brain here, like the brain here, this is just the hardware. This is just the hardware. The brain here, it's like, it's just a hardware. It's like the computer machine. This is a hardware. But what runs this brain? What runs this brain is not the blood in the brain. It's not the blood in the brain that runs this brain. What you don't see when you look at this brain, you don't see the computer program. It's like a computer. So, like, I have these two things, right? You can see the brain and you can see the computer. You can see the brain and you can see the computer. What you don't see when you see this computer, is everything that is in here in the computer. You don't see my money, you don't see my accounts. You're just seeing the brain, right? So a lot of people are abundant because they have happiness. They have a program here called happiness. That's what keeps them going. That's why they have more friends. That's why they have more money. They have this happiness program. Inside them, you can't see that program. And that program is written in the form of neurons. It's a language that they have mastered. They have become good at being good with people. And what makes other people good with people and other people not very good with people? Because they focused on that. They focused on that quality and it made them become good at who you are. You know, it's what you focus on, you bring from the realm of all possibility into your reality. So a lot of it has to do with the media. The news and the media and television perpetuates negativity. I know what you mean. I believe you 100%. You wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is you turn on the news and they tell you, oh, somebody was shot yesterday, somebody died, somebody did that. Of course, already you start focusing on the fears and the stress and the negativity in life, the abundance. Honestly, that's why I don't have a TV. It's the reason why I don't have a TV, because I'm like, I don't want to live in that negative mindset. I don't want to live in fear. I don't want to do that. A lot of it has to do, with everything. You're programming yourself with fear and stress, and then you're expecting to live in abundance, and that really does not exist, because what you focus on is the reality that you create. This focus is very important. What we focus on is the reality we create. Exactly, Frank. I like where this is going. Hi, Frank. Frank, maybe we should do a video with together. We should do a live chat together, Frank, because you're getting everything that we are talking about here. You're getting everything. Like, the human being is a battery. Is a battery, you know, and you have to always recharge your battery, you know. You have the positive here, and then we have the negative here, you know. That's the human being, you know. Positive, negative, you know. You're a battery, and you have to charge your battery. You always have to charge your battery. And for me, like, when I go into that space of meditation where, like, I let everything go and I let my body to just go into stillness, that's when I charge my battery. You know, you always have to focus on the positive, because you're creating your reality. Once you realize that you're creating your reality by what you focus on, because what you focus on is the neurons that you're going to create. And these are going to keep reminding you of your reality. A lot of people who have a negative mindset and you tell them to start thinking positively, and they wonder, like, why am I not getting it? Why is my mind always focusing on the negative? Because you have built this program. They don't realize that they have built this negative program for so long, and it has become strong enough. So it's kind of like a program on its own that's running. And they're like, I'm trying to focus. Yes, you're trying to focus, but you have built this negative program and you haven't erased it yet. We haven't erased this program, and that's why it'll take time to focus, to get a new program going. I mean, you can create a new program. You can always create a new program. I tell the people that I coach, you can always create a new program. When you realize, this program that I wake up every day and I program myself with negativity from the news, you know, from everybody, it's creating this negative program, and you realize, oh shoot, that's the reality that I am in. I could be much happier. I could be much wealthier. I could have all these great things in my life. And I have this program that is like a virus, because this is what I call it. I call it a virus. Like, I have this virus program. And then it's like, okay, fine. I need a new program. They put themselves on the new program. They create a new program, right? But they're wondering, like, why their mind is moving from one negative program to another positive program is because I mean, you've been focusing on a negative program. I tell them like they have been focusing on this negative program for a long time. And just because now they're starting to build a new program doesn't mean that they have dismantled this old program. So they'll find that they're meditating and then they'll have intrusive thoughts. And they'll have intrusive thoughts. Well, because you have this neurotic program that had been created over time, and I tell them this is why it's not working. But what we can do is we have to double down on focus on this new mind, and the chief thing that we focus on the new mind is gratitude. Gratitude. Everything is a gift. From the moment you open your eyes in the morning, everything is a gift. I tell people your focus needs more focus. Focus on everything that you want, and you live in that emotional gratitude, like be grateful that it has already existed. It's because it's there in the realm of possibility. So be grateful that it's already there. This is it. This is it right there. So as a mental health advocate, let's look at the mental health. If you want to live an abundant lifestyle, and this is what like a lot of people have said, like in I won't scream. I'm sorry if I'm screaming. I get passionate. I'm sorry. I get so passionate about this. So I've read about a lot of things about mental health, right? And this is what they said. The number one thing that makes us have like great mental health is friendships. Like great friendships. Like friendships. And like just a healthy social life. A healthy social life. Just that healthy social life is a huge doorway to happiness. To happiness. So I tell somebody, if you want to really live in abundance, focus on a healthy social life. A healthy social life will be the thing that boom, so like just takes you to the next level. It takes you to the next level, you know. Oh, Frank says, I subscribe and like because I love what I'm hearing and I want to hear more. Exactly. I love this because the more you hear something, the more you focus on it, and the more you bring it to reality. You know, that's the secret. You focus more on things that you want to create in your life, and then they become good, right? So that's a very smart choice. I love that. Subscribing is a good. And so a social life, 2025, live in abundance. Focus on a good social life, improving your friendships, choosing friendships that are healthy for you. This would skyrocket your feeling of abundance in life. That is just the number one thing that kills a lot of people and puts them into a survival mindset. The survival mindset that we don't want is loneliness. Loneliness puts people back into their survival mindset. The survival mindset that is dominated by stress and anxiety. So we want to focus on friendships. Like we call it, one of the doctors that I read from said, we call it the tribe. We call it our tribe. We want to focus on our tribe. Why did he call it like our tribe? He's I don't remember his name, but I know he's a white doctor from South Africa. And I think because he's South African, he understands, like, you know, like tribe. Like really tribes, like the tribe, like focusing on the tribe is really the people that make you feel at home most. You know, the people who just feel like, with these people, I'm just at home. I am at home. If there's one thing that I tell somebody to focus on in 2025 is that great friendships. Great friendship. Choose people who don't drink, like the normal things. Like most of my friends, they don't drink, they don't go out there clubbing and having promiscuous sex. Like they're not like smoking or encouraging me into like that kind of a lifestyle. So I feel safe around them. Like there are people that I can trust with my most precious things. Focus like that kind of friendship. That kind of friendship that leads to abundance. That leads to abundance. And once you realize you are worthy of good friendships, you are worthy of people who are honest with you, you are worthy of people who make you laugh. Laughter is good. And some people can walk into the lion's den and still be safe. There are people who are very well grounded, that they can be friends with anybody and they will probably not get influenced by them. For me, I just say, I just believe the Bible when it tells me, blessed are those who don't walk in the ways of the wicked or get in their ways of their path, because I don't want to face the distraction that comes with like negative friendships. So for me, I close those doors completely. Yeah, I just Frank, you're saying when Jesus was on earth, he did that exactly, right? Yeah, blessed are those who walk in the ways of righteousness, who stay away from, who don't even walk in who the Bible says, who don't stay in the way of sinners. Like you see a sinner or somebody like living this chaotic lifestyle, you stay away from it. Like that, Andrew, when you say that you are very sad, that's an affirmation. That's an affirmation. You're affirming sadness in your life. And what we are telling you is you have to affirm happiness in your life. You have to stop like looking at yourself, oh, I am like, you're this lonely person, you're very sad, la 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 la. You have to stop that mindset. You have to stop that mindset. You have this community of people here, and they are very happy people. They are growing mindset, and you're focusing on your sadness and everything that, like, maybe it's a good thing that your boyfriend broke up with you. You have to focus on the good thing in your life. Maybe it's a gift. Maybe there's a lesson that you need to learn about yourself from that lesson. You have to always see the positive in things. That's why you live in abundance. You can't always be there feeling sorry for yourself, because when you feel sorry for yourself and you start thinking about that mindset, you're going to attract more sadness in your life. This is very, very serious. Like, what we are talking here is about the program that you have, and you're focusing on your sadness. That's what you're going to create. I'm just telling you here, and I'm very honest with you, because you need to send that mindset. Maybe God let your boyfriend go so that he can create a new opportunity for you. Maybe that's what you needed so that you can focus on your own personal growth. Yeah. And yeah, thanks Frank for the support. Thanks Frank for the support. Yeah, Frank is telling you that's good advice. Listen. You need to say you are abundant. You don't need another human being to come and make you feel whole or anything. You tell yourself, I have friends of any race, of any color. I am abundant. God is going to open another fruitful relationship, and you can work on yourself. Be like, okay, why did they break up with me? What can I do to improve myself? Go work out, lose some weight, look more sexy, and focus on the good things. Focus on the good things. Keep growing, keep learning. So we focus on gratitude, it can be like, I'm grateful my boyfriend left me. Now I have other things to do and other new friends to meet. It's about what you tell yourself. It's the mindset. So anyway, so today we focused on one huge thing. And this is, let's talk about neurons. We talked about neurons. The neurons is what the brain uses to create programs. And if you can learn about neurons, you're going to help yourself more, because the neurons is what this brain uses neurons to create your programs. Just the same way you have like a phone on your app, or you have an app on your phone, and that app, like you have your phone, right? And it has apps like YouTube, Instagram, like that, right? So your neurons create programs. So in your brain, you have apps. In your brain, you have apps. And one of those apps, let's say you speak English, maybe you have an app for English, right? Let's say you drive cars, you have an app in your brain that has your driving skills, right? That has your driving skills. Let's say you're good at cooking, right? Some of us are not good at cooking. Some people are very good at cooking. So you have an app for being a good cook, right? And all these apps, some people are better with English, some people can drive faster than others, some people cook better than others. Depending on how much they use these programs, they become better at it. But the programming language that we use, the language that our brain uses to create programs is called neurons. They are these things, they look like this when science draws them, you know? And it's because of neurons that you remember your name. It's because of neurons that you remember how to drink, think, blah, blah, blah. You have this program. This program, so the programs, we know that those programs create your reality. These programs, they are the ones responsible for creating your reality. Yeah. These programs are, so what we say is be proactive. Be proactive in creating the programs that you want. You know, I'm from Kenya. I live in the US. So be proactive here in creating the program, because they are creating the reality. So if you want to move from a reality, yeah, of lack to abundance, if you want to move from a reality of lack to abundance, we say you focus on abundance, because when you focus on abundance, that's the program that your neurons are going to create. These neurons, they're going to create a program of abundance. And I'm summing everything that I've been saying. I'm just making it like real simple now. So we start by creating this program, and we start with things like gratitude. Okay? We start with things like gratitude. We meditate on them. We meditate until we create that program where we wake up every morning and we are happy and we are feeling abundant, like every day is a gift, and we keep on like that. This is how you change your life. This is how everybody who has ever changed their circumstances and their life, this is what they realized. This is what they realized. They have to focus on the good things that they want exclusively. Right? That is the reality. That is the reality. What is this word? Technology? Technology. You're talking about technology. So there is a technique. There is a technique, a proven technique to bring about the life that you want. I'm going to take any questions now because we're almost having like 1 hour of this discussion. I know everybody who tuned in loved this. Everybody who tuned in loved this. So, and I like to teach mental health because I know some of us probably come from a childhood where we didn't feel like people loved us or neglected us, like people were not. And you realize that is a deadly program that brings self-destruction and low self-esteem. And you realize you can't stay in low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is the program that kills every person's dreams. Every person's dreams. So we have to love ourselves. Loving yourself is a program. You have to focus on love. You are worthy. Being worthy, like we are worthy because we exist. Frank is saying it's like, I know you. Frank is saying it's like, I know you. So we have to be very, when we're talking about self-growth and personal growth and self-realization, we have to go back and assess the kind of program that we have been on, right? I tell you that when I was 6 years old, when I was 6 years old, my parents died. My parents died, right? So later when I was reading about mental health, I came to understand that if you have lost your parent, if one of your parents neglected you, if your parent abused you, if you went through divorce or anything, like most of people who go through that kind of a thing, they end up having self-esteem. They end up having self-esteem and feeling sorry for themselves because they feel like nobody loves me, I've been abandoned, I've been abused. They end up feeling like they're less than. They have that, they end up having that mindset, that mindset. But that mindset is very dangerous. And when we are talking about post-traumatic bliss, my job is to tell them that this self-esteem program, we need to make it abundant. We need to change how we think. And one of the things I tell them is like, you're worthy. You're worthy just because you exist. That's it. You're worthy just because you exist. There is no need to feel like nobody loves you, whatever. God loves you. You're here because he feels like you're worthy simply because you exist. That's why he has oxygen for you, ready, waiting for you in the morning when you wake up. And once they start understanding that God and the universe has loved them with an everlasting kindness, they start changing their life. One of the things that I meditated on when I was a child, I was meditating on this verse in the book of Ephesians that tells me, I have loved you with an everlasting kindness. And every time something happened to me that I felt like it wasn't like okay, I always remember that verse that tells me, I have loved you with an everlasting kindness. And let me tell you, what you say is very important. What your mind thinks is so very important, because for me, thinking that God has loved me with an everlasting kindness just made me feel like I was worthy, just like any other kid who had parents. 100%. There's no one time that I thought like God didn't love me or I was second class citizen or child. I just knew that he loves me and he had a plan for me. And that was enough for me to stop feeling sorry for myself and having very low self-esteem. And it goes to show you, what you focus on is the reality that you create. Is the reality that you create. Yes, Joix is saying, yeah, Jesus is our savior. He made us. He loves us. Yes, and I want you to think this way, It doesn't matter who is in your life, who is out of your life. Jesus still loves you the same, no matter what. He's the same yesterday, today, forever. And that's the mindset you want to focus on. That's the mindset that you want to focus on, no matter what. We always and always remember, like, once you start seeing like everything is happening in your life, you're getting the money you want, you're traveling places that you want to go, you're getting all these things. Always remember that it's a winning mindset that got you to the top. A lot of people forget, and then they become prideful, and then they start doing all these things that are against the abundance mentality, and then they undo everything that they have created for themselves. How you get to the top is how you stay at the top. How you get to the top is how you stay at the top. So there is no time that it will be okay for us to start feeling sorry for ourselves. There is no other time. We are never going to go back to survival mode, because we have decided we live in gratitude and abundance. There is no way we ever feel sorry for ourselves. We stay in abundance. We always stay at the top, because that's how we got to the top. By gratitude, by working hard, by focusing on the beautiful things that are coming, that are here, that will forever be in our life. And we never ever go back. I remember this the Bible has a lot of teachings, and the more I read about mental health and I look at the Bible, I'm like, these are very good stories to help us understand mental health. When you go back, remember the story of Lot, where God is delivering them from this place that he's going to just rain fire. And he tells them, do not look back ever. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep focusing on the beautiful life that you're going to have ahead. He tells them, keep going forward, keep focusing on the beautiful life. Don't worry about these people that they are going to be destroyed because they want to stay in survival mode. They want to live that life that is not abundant. And he tells them, keep focusing on the light, keep there. And then what does Lot's wife do? Lot's wife looks back. Instantly, she gets stuck. And she turns into this pillar of salt. She turns into a pillar of salt. Like, no joke. She turns into a pillar of salt because she looked back. She was in this abundant mindset. They were getting away from Sodom and Gomorrah, and God was punishing them for their wickedness and told them, don't even look back because I'm going to literally destroy them. And she looks back and she gets stuck. So this is a good way of our mental health. When we know that we have to focus on abundance. The moment we look back, we start getting stuck. The moment you stop being grateful, you start getting stuck. And most of us wonder, why? Yeah. When I did face reveal, so many people liked me. Wow. Awesome. I mean, people love you because you focus on abundance. What you believe. If you believe that people love you and they will be attracted to you, that's what you will attract. If you focus on the negativity, Jawix, your mindset really needs to change. I am on social media just the same as you. And I have followers. I have people who like my channel. There are people who subscribe. I don't think of them as weird or I'm being stalked. Because why? Because I know what I'm offering people, what I am offering on my social media is something valuable and useful. So I know that what I am offering is something valuable and useful, and people following me and liking me, I know these are not weirdos. I know these are people with a growth mindset. These are people who understand that, so for them to be, they need a tribe of people who think like-minded like them, people who have a growth mindset, people who want to overcome a limiting program and start creating new programs and create a new reality in their lives. These are the kind of people I'm focusing on. The people that are following you and they are helping you support your life, and and you're putting all that weird energy, saying they're weird. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you must bear fruit. And the Bible tells us, judge people by their fruits. You will see people and you will judge them by their fruits. Yeah, so for me, I'll keep doing my videos because I love what I do. And I know that it's very, very important. If you want to win in social media and in the long-term game, create videos that are helpful for people, because we are here to help each other. We are here to help each other. So yeah, if whatever you're doing is not valuable for people, you're not helping them live a beautiful life, a better life, make good choices in their lives, then probably you shouldn't make videos on social media. Frank, you're saying, yeah, for me, this information is very valuable and informational and very useful to anybody that wants to listen and use to apply and focus. The Bible says that we are to identify and to lift others And that's what you're doing, and that's what I am receiving in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen to that. Amen to that. Amen to that. Amen to that. It's really like everything boils down to focusing on abundance. Focus on bearing fruit, and then this is automatic. This is not something that I even have to tell you, because you will bear fruit. Your hustle will bear fruit. Because guess what? There is no way you cannot become good at what you're focusing on. It's impossible. It's just a law of nature that God has created in your brain, and you cannot undo it. That is why you see a 90-year-old woman doing a marathon when so many other 90-year-old women are stuck in skilled nursing facility, and she has focused on abundance, and she's doing a marathon at 90. She's doing a marathon at 90. You're like, what's so different about all these other 90-year-olds? It's because she understands the way God has created her brain. That if she focuses on health, her brain will become better at that. Her bones are still strong at 90 because she focused on being strong. You know, falling is one of those freaky things that old people do. They just fall, they break something, you know. But this 90-year-old woman is doing a marathon. Outlier, because she understands neurogenetics. The way God has created her, she understands neurogenetics. Is that your brain is Play-Doh. It's capable of changing at any age. At any age, you can learn anything. You can learn anything. You know, and a lot of times we are not taught this in school. We are not taught this in school. I mean, if you think like you want to become rich, right? Just like understanding finances. Like for me, I took that book, the Little Red Book of Investing. That book is shorter than this book. It's smaller than this book, right? And then I read this other book called Bogleheads, and I was like, now I understand the whole US system of finance, because I believe that I can learn finances. A lot of people think finance is so complicated, that belief alone, that they think, oh, I can't learn, they believe it's too complicated for them. That stops them from getting a small book that's probably like 50 pages and reading it and changing their whole financial life forever. But it's the belief that it's too complicated for them. But once you understand that you can create new neurons, you know, you can create, you like, your brain is like Play-Doh. It can change at any time, any day. It can change anytime. There is nothing limiting you, apart from maybe something that is a limiting belief. You will come, you will ask me to recommend very good financial books. You will go to my channel and look at the financial books that I have recommended. You're going to get those books, and you're going to change your financial life forever. Right? I read this book. This black woman wrote this book. Her name the book is Check to Monday. Check to Monday. And she was saying people live like check to Monday, right? They don't live in this abundance. And she was showing you quickly how you become the boss of your life and how you manage your life. Very simple things. She was saying like, oh, when you get your paycheck, 10%, put it away for your future. Immediately, before you pay anybody anything, you take 10%, you put it away for your future. Then you pay your bills. And if you're not able to pay your bills, you start to fire anybody. You know, if you go to Starbucks and you're like, hey, Starbucks, I'm sorry, I won't be taking any more Starbucks coffee from you because my bills still need to get paid. You know, first you paid yourself, so your future is set, and then you paid your bills. And if they were not enough, you fired every other person because you're the boss. You can tell Starbucks, go to hell, I won't be getting Starbucks coffee from you anymore. And I was like, wow, just a simple thing like that makes you become like, it just puts money away for you in the future, right? And your life changes, your financial changes. But you had to believe that I can understand this thing called money. And relationships, you will find that it's very small things that You could change, and then you become this expert with people and relationships. Very small thing. Frank, you're saying it's funny because it's rooted in truth. You need to cut out the wasteful spending and put your 10% away, right? Very small things that like bring you into an abundant mindset, and then you'll be like truly grateful for all these people who wrote these books, who are able to put their time away and help understand like this whole thing. And it's very, very simple, very, very simple, like small things that can just boom, boom, change our lives forever, change our lives forever, you know. I'm always grateful for people who have taught me like good things, and people who affirmed, people who've always affirmed me and told me, you don't even know how great you are. And I'm telling you, you don't even realize how great you are, because you start making these small things. You're saving 10% every, I don't know, every time you're paid, maybe every week or every month or every 2 weeks, you start just 10%. And then, you know, I read Bogleheads, and he's like, if you can open an Amazon account, pretty much you can open a Vanguard account. You can. If you can open an Amazon account, which you're spending money, you can open a Vanguard account that's free, you know, and buy some mutual funds with the money that you have saved, the 10%, and start investing and managing your portfolio instead of going to that, you know, that guy who is going to manage your portfolio, right? And then maybe charge you fees on your portfolio, right? You're managing your own account because you know you can do it. If you can manage an Amazon account, you can manage an investing account, can't you? You know? Yeah, and it's mindset. It is mindset. You can grow. You can become better. You know, Frank says, I have 401k with Empower over, you know, for 100. Imagine, you know, empowering yourself, moving over, like learning, keep growing. That's how everybody makes it out. They keep learning, they keep focusing on abundance, they keep becoming better. You know, what keeps us behind is self-doubt. We doubt ourselves. And you could be doing great and you're still doubting yourself. Maybe I'm not that great. And that doubt can put you back, years back. It can put you years back. But once you realize there are no mistakes, you're just learning over and over, you know. Like, so you broke up with your boyfriend. There is no mistake. You just learned something, and then you're going to learn more and more. You know. Andrew Jawix, you have a lot to learn about your mindset. You have to learn a lot about your mindset. So Frank says, I want to manifest is my retirement. I want to make it to the age 62 and retire. Yeah. So maybe Frank, you think about how much money do you need to retire? Is it 5 million? Is it 10 million? How much money do you think, if you open your own personal Vanguard account where you're not being managed by a broker, you need to put money there and let it grow? How much money do you need to put there? Because you can go out there, go to www.vanguard.com, open a personal account. They will ask you open a personal account, right? And if you have any questions, you can come here and I'll answer your questions, and then you'll know what to do, right? And then, you know, we start putting money there, you know. Yeah, so if you open your own Vanguard account, Frank, if you open your own, and we have like, and then you have no broker, you will not have broker fees. Nobody will be taking your money from you. So this is why I have people open their own personal accounts, because I'm like, there is nobody taking any broker fees from you. Every money that gets, when you're managing your own account, and you can, the only reason you're not is because you don't believe in yourself. Also I have 100, and that it's an old account, and I have from an old job, and I do not want to transfer it. I mean, right now, if you have money on your 401k, like Trump is saying, Social Security will be tax free. So I don't see anywhere, like if we are going to have tax free Social Security, I say that's good money, let it grow. Because if that money becomes like tax free, imagine the government now having to tax your money. That is good. That is good, right? Frank, everybody what I'm saying is you think like here thinking about, oh, what's happening in my Vanguard account. No, because it's self-managed, but I don't think about it. I made smart, important decisions when I'm managing. I put my money in those mutual funds. I don't think about them. I just know, like, my money is in this bucket, this bucket, this bucket. I don't wake up every day and start moving money around, because I know that's not how money. So Frank, I'll tell you two things. Even before we talk about money, go buy the book, The Little Red Book of Investments. It's very easy to read. And then read the second book by Jack Bogle, which is called Bogleheads. Bogle, Bogle, heads, Bogleheads, and The Little Red Book of Investments. They're very, very simple. Once you read those books, you'll understand why the very, very rich make the decisions that they make about managing their own money instead of having somebody else manage their money. Only pay federal taxes. That's good when you don't have like state taxes, state income taxes. Are you in Florida or Arizona? Those are good states. Those are good states to have. So you're in California. We do have income taxes. Why? Oh, because you work for a federal government, you don't have to pay state taxes. Oh, God, makes sense. Okay. Yeah, so it's all about focus, There are so many people who want to bring you down and tell you that you can't learn this because you're a woman, you're black, you're this, you're old, you're too young. People have all these limitations, like you can't understand finances because of, you didn't go to school. Like, people will have limitations, like about what, and I've come to realize that all those, they're just excuses. Like, all these things, they mean absolutely nothing. Like, everything that we tell yourself, like, you can do this, you can do that, you can start from anywhere. You can start from anywhere. Nobody grew up and the first thing they did was run a marathon. Nobody grew up and like, oh, the first thing that you do is run a marathon and then you become good at it. It never works that way. When you get born, you don't even know how to crawl. You can't even sit up. Most kids have to be moved around like zombies from one room to the other. They're not even strong enough. What they do is they grow stronger neural connections, and then they start to learn how to crawl, then to stand, then to make the first step, and then they become stronger and stronger and stronger. And then some of them, they can run, and then others can do marathons. But everybody starts from somewhere in any skill, right? Right now, if I wanted to learn how to play the guitar, it would be similar like learning how to crawl, because I don't even know much about the guitar and the strings. And when it comes to things like finances or even relationships, we all have to start from somewhere. Just the same way we learned how to walk. You just have to have the humility and be like, I'm willing to learn whatever it is that I need to learn to be great because I can. That's it. Frank, you're saying, I work for a company that is federally funded. And then you're saying, I have a 20-year-old pension and I have been living off plus. I'm doing Social Security and hopefully be living off my dividends from Fidelity. I have my own home. I do not have a house payment in 15 years. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, and I love that you're very grateful over everything that you have. You're very, very grateful. When you're grateful with everything you have, you take good care of it. You know, you take good care of it. Your health. I notice like a lot of people don't take care of their body and then they spend a lot of money on their health. And when you're grateful for your body and your health, you take good care of it and you spend less on health care. Yeah. All these little tricks that, it's all what you put in your mind, and understanding there are no limitations, you will get there. Eventually we get to the top. You can learn anything at any age, no matter what, because the way that your brain is like Play-Doh. This brain is like Play-Doh, because you know how lizards, like, they have, when you cut their tail, it can regrow again. So we don't have a tail that can regrow, but what we do have is that we have a brain that creates neurons. Our brain can create neurons at any age. It's like Play-Doh. It can create new neurons like Play-Doh. That's why you can learn anything at any age, because your brain is always creating new neurons. Always. You can make it more agile. Some people, that's why they have, like, they age. Some people are kind of like now aging backwards, because the more they learn about health and they start practicing healthy habits, the more they're like, oh, I look younger and younger and younger, because the brain is changing. They are using information and knowledge and they're putting it into action, and then they're changing their brain and they're changing their life. And you can do that at any age. That's our superpower. We have neural connections. We can make new ones. We create neural, so some nerves, I'm not talking about nerves, because some nerves can regenerate, but like some nerves, like nerves are known not to regenerate and all that, but neurons are endless. Like neurons, you can create a lot of neurons. It's just that we have time. There is time. Okay, so there is possibility. You have all these things that you can do in the realm of possibility. If you focus on something in this realm of possibility, it's there, right? And then you have the number of things you can do. So that is diversity. There's so many things you can do. And then you have time, right? You have time. So, it's endless, but then we have time because we are time-based people. We are on a clock on this planet. So it's like you have all these things that you can do possibly, and then you have that this is 100% possibility, that if you focus on something, it will reach 100% possibility when you focus on it. If you focus on it, it'll hit here 100%. 100% by just focus. Then you have the number of things that you want to focus on, and then you have time. And as long as you're focusing, you build neurons. As long as you're focusing on that thing and learning and growing, you're building neurons. Yeah. Possibility, diversity, time. And so anything that's here in the realm of possibility, I say, because we have time, we want to focus on friendships, like things that matter. Become good with friendships, because friendships and good friendships, they will increase your wealth so quickly. Like they can double your wealth so quickly. Focus on friendships first, right? I say money because money is the most powerful tool. It's one of the most powerful tools we have. Focus on learning more about money. At any age, this situation here of money can change. You know, money doesn't need hard work or whatever, or even time to grow. Money is not like a skill like learning how to play the guitar. You can get money quickly, especially if your network is good, right? And then I say focus on health, abundance on health, right? Health is a gift. When you're not spending money on health, when you're feeling that your body is in tip-top shape, that's like a huge blessing on its own right there. So I always say, like, okay, you have limited time. We all have like time is a crunch, right? But we have all this possibility and we have diversity. I say pick the biggest, like the biggest wins, you know. Like for you, Frank, you have your own home. That is like so many people don't have that, right? If you have your own home and you have your health, like you have like the biggest things, right? And then you have friendships, right? You already are like way ahead of like 80%, way ahead of the of like so many people. So, and the thing is, like, a lot of people, they look back in their life when they're older and they look about their life and they're like, are you living with regrets? Did you live life to the fullest? Did you love? The biggest thing that we get on the planet is when we are on our deathbed, we look back, the only thing that can make you feel like a regret is like you didn't love more. Love is the height of the, imagine that being like the top regret that people have. They did not love more, right? So we don't want to live in regret. That's why we focus on these positive emotions like friendship and love. So we live in abundance. We live in abundance. And we look for our tribe. Because, I mean, life is a gift. From the moment we wake up, it's a gift. It's a gift. I don't know why we were chosen to be the ones deserving of this gift of consciousness. I don't know why we were deserving of it, but we were given the gift. We just have it. And to teach your mind to love, if you teach your mind to love, there is no greater honor than teaching your love to love, and also to feel the love from other people. Like that is like when Steve Jobs died, his biggest regret was that he didn't focus. He focused on the iPhone and the work and people at work, but then he was like, his biggest regret was he did not focus on love more. Loving his children, his family. He didn't, I mean, he left them like a lot of money. They'll probably never work again in their life. But he felt like he could have done more. He could have done more. A lot of people have that regret. And so we're talking about, like, we have possibility, we have time, and we have all these things that we can do. Let's focus on the big ones. Like, let's just focus on the big ones. Like laughter, loving, kindness, you know. And the thing is that I saw is that success is very funny. They have this, our nervous system, and this includes our neurons, is very funny. The best emotion that our nervous system can feel here is called bliss. Is bliss, where every cell in your body is just vibrating into blissfulness. It's just in a place called bliss, right? And then we have love, and then we have emotions like joy and peace, right? So this, we call it like these emotions, but on this here, we call it vibration. This is vibration. Remember, our nervous system is a system of energy. Is our system of energy. So how high it is, that's how high you're vibrating. And when you're vibrating at these blissful emotions, that correlates with your success in life. The higher emotions you feel of possibility, like love, joy, bliss, that's how successful you are. Here in the middle, we have courage. In the middle here, we have courage. And a lot of people try to get courage from drugs, right? Some people will take alcohol, will take alcohol or weed to master courage, right? But once you cross courage without having to drink or do stuff, then you start moving into this level of vibration, because things like alcohol can take you right back to low level emotions. Very low level emotions here that stop success are emotions of shame, of guilt, of jealousy. Like these are like low level emotions. These low level emotions, if the nervous system is feeling this, we call them low vibration. Like it's a low vibe. Even when you hear people talking in their language, they're like, that person has a low vibe. I don't like how they vibe. Is the low vibration. And this, with these emotions, if people feel these emotions, they don't go far in life. And the reason is like they're associated with the depressed mind, and depression wants to kill you. I've always told people, a lot of doctors know that these emotions are like the tree of death. Imagine the tree of death. These emotions don't get us anywhere. That's why we focus on things like love. We focus here on love, joy, peace. These are the emotions that we want to focus on. High vibration, high net worth. This is the good life here. This is where health is, money, abundance, great friendships. We want to focus on this life here. It's very simple because we can just focus on that. High vibration, energy. And people talk about energy, it's real. Yeah, love, power, sound of mind. This is a whole gospel. The whole gospel is like a cheat sheet about greatness, abundance, everything right here. Sound mind, and that's why it's important to be a good person, so that you can attract good things in your life. Somebody said, like, if you're dating, be the person that you want to be. Like, if you want a good, honest relationship, a happy partner, somebody who is joyful, somebody who is kind, first be that person. And you realize, because the heart has a huge electromagnetic field, it's just going to attract that over and over and over. Do you know what the Bible means? It means basic instructions before leaving this earth. Yeah. Yeah, and before you go to the afterlife, you prepare yourself. You prepare yourself, because imagine if God was telling you, like, the life you live here is the life you're going to get after, and you lived a life of happiness and love, and then you get like 7 times that. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's why we focus on the wonderful life. So we go to heaven, not to hell. Yeah. Guys, it's been wonderful. We can continue this discussion tomorrow. Yeah. And I think somebody said, one of my friends is a very successful businessman. He said, the reason he's successful is because he always has the end in mind, And I was wondering, what does that mean for his business? And he was saying, he's thinking about after he dies, when he dies, what will people say about him when he dies? And he's like, I want people to understand, like, I was a wonderful husband to my wife. I was a loving father to my children. I helped them in life. I was fair with my employees, and I tried my best to make a profitable business for my community. Like, he's thinking about the very end in his mind. And I thought, wow, that was profound, And if you think about how victorious the Bible leads you to become, it tells you to think about the very, very end in mind. Are you going to hell or heaven? Like, when you look at how you live this beautiful life that is a gift, how you think about when you live about it, will we judge you like that person's going to hell or going to heaven? Like, it's telling you to have the very end in mind. So when you're making your life decisions, you have that very, very end in mind. And I don't know a much more victorious mindset than that. Yeah, it just takes you all the way to the top if you have that end in mind. And because you have programmed your mind to really think at the very end, and then everything adds there, you know. So you have the end in mind, and so you're living backwards, you know. Some people don't have the end in mind, they don't know where they are going. Yeah, and if you let that like be in like inform you, that's how people have a winning mindset. A lot of people read the Bible and they have a winning mindset. They condition their brain, they put a program in their mind that is really untouchable with the enemy of their dreams. If you have the end in mind, the enemy of your dreams will not come, you know, like laziness. You will not tolerate laziness. You will not tolerate like not doing anything to better yourself, you know. That winning mindset again. So yeah, that's what we are talking about, guys. I'm going to take a break, but my friend Shai is coming at 3 p.m. because she wants to do a live session with me. Shai Solo, I'm sure some of you have met her. Her name is Shai Solo. And so we will do another live chat today at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And I want to see you all there. I want to see you all there. Yeah. So, Frank, see you soon. Perfect. Bye.